Hello there, how's it going? My name is June, and in this video we are going to work on the try it yourself of list from Python Crash Course. So let's begin. 3-4 guest list. If you could invite anyone, living or deceased, to dinner, who would you invite? Make a list that includes at least 3 people you would like to invite to dinner. Then use your list to print a message to each person, inviting them to dinner. Okay, so let's create our file first. Touch guest list.py, and let's open our file guest list.py. Perfect. Now let's create our guest. First I will invite Epictetus and then Marcus Aurelius. So going into Stoicism now, Seneca, and why not Ryan Holiday. So the question said at least 3 people. Let's do 4 for now, and let's print a message to them. Please, I am inviting you to dinner. Please come on time. Now we can use indexing to access an item. Now I can copy and paste to save us a little bit of time, but I recommend that you type it out. To get some practice. And you see how I started from 0 and went to 3 because 3 is the last item. Now let's run it. Python guest list.py. I'm inviting you to dinner. Please come on time. You can customize the message if you want to for each one. Changing guest list. You just heard that one of your guests can't make the dinner, so you need to send out a new set of invitations. You'll have to think of someone else to invite. Start with the program from exercise 3-4. Add a print call at the end of your program stating that the name of the guest who can't make it. Okay. Okay, so let's say that Seneca can't make it. Okay. So guess now that's the 0, 1 and 2, the third item. Can't. So let's use double quotes so I can use the single quote inside my string. Can't make it. Seneca can't make it. So, and then modify your list. Replace the name of the guest who can't make it with the name of the new person you invited. Okay. So guest 2. Let's invite Robert Greene now. Let's invite Robert Greene now. Print a second set of invitation messages, one for each person who is still in the list. Okay. New. So let's do a few dashes. And then let's say new invitations. Invited to dinner. Guess 0. And let's copy and paste 1, 2 and 3. Now let's run our program and see what it does. I'm inviting you to dinner, please come on time. That's from the last one. Seneca can't make it, so we remove Seneca with Robert Greene. New invitations, and that's the trick I did for using this code. So I multiplied a dash with 30, so I got 30 dashes. Now we are done with 3-5. Now let's do 3-6. More guests. You just found a bigger dinner table, so now more space is available. Think of 3 more guests to invite to dinner. Start with your program from 3-4 or 3-5. Add a print call to the end of the program informing people that you found a bigger table. Okay, let's add some more dashes to keep things organized. And let me add a new line. I found a bigger table. Use insert to add one guest at the beginning of the list. Okay, so guest dot insert. Now for the first one we are going to use index 0, but who do I invite? Let's invite James Allen. Use insert to add one item to the middle of your list. Okay, so let's figure out what the middle is going to be. Well, we can just estimate. So the first one would become James Allen, Epictetus would be second one, Marcus Aurelius would be the third one, and after Marcus Aurelius, so 0, 0 for James Allen, 1 for Epictetus, 2 for Marcus Aurelius, and 3. We're going to use the index 3 to add to the middle. But who are we going to invite? So let's invite David Goggins. Use append. Okay, so now we are going to use append and add an item to the end of the list. So who are we going to invite again? James Clear. These are the names of the authors of the books I read. Now print a new set of invitation messages, one for each person in your list. Okay, let's do it. So I can copy and paste the code from the last time, and now I have more items, so I will need to copy and paste a little more. So 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's run it. Do I have 6 items? Yep, I have 7, right? I began with 4. So that's 0 to 3. Then I added 3 more. Let's run it, Python. Now I will need a bigger console to see everything. Guest list.py. So that's the first question. Now that was the second one. Now this is the third one. Question 3-6. I found a bigger table. Invited to dinner. James Allen got added to the beginning. David Goggins added to the middle. And finally we added James Clear using append. Shrinking guest list. Okay, you just found out that your new dinner table won't arrive in time for the dinner, and now you have a space for only 2 guests. Start with your program from exercise 3-6. Add a new line that prints a message saying that you can invite only 2 people for dinner. Use pop to remove guests from your list one at a time until only 2 names remain in your list. Each time you pop a name from your list, print a message to that person letting them know that you are sorry you can't invite them to dinner. Print a message to each of the 2 people still in your list, letting them know that they are still invited. Use del to remove the last 2 items from your list so you have an empty list. Print your list to make sure you actually have an empty list at the end of your program. Okay, so first we are going to pop. So let's pop inside our print. Sorry, I don't have room for you. So let's pop it. Guest dot pop. So who am I going to remove? Well, the new 3 ones. So let's remove the new 3 ones, and let's run our program and see how many I removed. So the last three ones I removed. Now David Goggins, and now I have David Goggins and Marcus Aurelius. Let's remove them as well. Remove them as well. Now I only have two names. Let's print dashes, and now invite those who are still invited. You are still invited. You are still invited. You are still invited. So gas 0, gas 1. And I don't know if I showed it to you in the next video, but we can check how many atoms there are in our list. Total gas, land gas. Now let's run our code and see. You are still invited, James, Allen, and Epictetus, and total gas are 2. Now the question said to remove them as well, and then print an empty list. Gas 0, gas 0. And now this is a fun challenge, because when you remove the first item, the second item will become the first one, right? So we are going to delete gas 0 and then again gas 0. Now we can print our empty list, gas list. Now let's use an F string again and do gas list, and clear and run the code. Yep, total gas 2 and gas list. That's it. So this was it for try it yourself section for the list from the Python Crash Course book. I hope you understood it, and thank you very much. I will see you in the next one.